Hello friends, welcome back to part 4 of tutorial on Tinkercad. In this video we are going to look into the how to use the work plane, how to use ruler, how to use nodes and the block and bricks. We will cover all this, and in previous videos we have already covered all the top mentioned functions. The view cube and the icons mentioned here was covered in the last video. And almost all the shapes which are mentioned here has already been covered in the previous videos. Today I am going to show you one different shape, this called as icosahedron. So let me drag this shape onto my work plane. Now let me press F key on keyboard to go into fit view mode. I am going to place some text on these faces of this icosahedron using work plane. So here in basic shape, if you click on the tab, you have to go into design starters. In design starters, you can see this option letters and numbers. If you click on this, you will see lot of different letters and numbers will come up here from A to Z, as well as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 all digits. Now I am going to write wow 3D on the 5 triangular faces of this icosahedron. For this, what we will do is we will either click on work plane with the help of left mouse click button, or you can also use the keyboard shortcut W. When you press W, you will see this blue box will appear on your work plane. Now if I bring this blue box onto the triangular faces, you can see the plane will itself orient it into the direction where I want to write. So let me write here, I want to write W. So I will fix my work plane by clicking on this face. Now if I zoom out, let me show you this from zoom out view. You see this orange colored net wire like a grid has come up on this plane, which is glued to its surface. Now what I do is I will go here and I will look for the letter W. I want to write wow 3D, WOW 3D. Let me click more shapes. Let me drag it down, more shape, RST. Here is the W. Now if I drag this W, I can directly drag it onto the work plane, which I have chosen now. From here, using the white node, I will adjust its shape. So I will just press the white node and adjust the shape. Let me click on view cube on the change the view. Let me little bit go into fit view. So let me adjust its size. And in order to fix it onto the surface, I can make use of the keyboard arrow keys. Now here in Snapgrid, I have chosen 0.25 as the single motion, step of motion of my each keystroke. So if I click W, I can move it around and just fix it here. Now this looks good. Yes, it has fixed on this. Like this way you can change the color of W whatever you want. Let me put it yellow. Yes. Now once you are working on a selected work plane and you want to move out, what you have to do is you have to again click this work plane and click anywhere outside the chosen already existing work plane, which is orange in color. If I click outside the orange color work plane, I will see I have returned back to my original work plane. Now let me zoom in. We will repeat the same function again. Click on work plane, drag it onto this surface. This time I want to have O, letter O. I will go up, down, down, down. Choose this letter O. Let me place it onto the surface. Adjust its dimension. This is how it will appear after we put all the texts and characters. What we do now is we will select all of them and we will group them all together, and then we will change the solid color as multicolor. We have already kept it, so you can see now this is one complete body. If I move it, let me go to a home view. So let me increase. So what we will do now is we will try to move it little bit down to the negative y-axis. I will hold on to this triangular mark for moving it down. I will make it go below. Here you can see it is -3. Now let me bring another shape onto my work plane. I will bring this round roof. Let me change the orientation of view. Let me intersect them. So now imagine if I group both of these objects, what will happen is they will transform into one single object. Let me group them. Now you see, but if I give command for printing, you can see here it is piercing my print bed, but all the objects should be planar at the bottom. So for this, what we generally do is we select a hollow cube from here. I take a work plane. I put my work plane on this bottom of the roof, and here I will bring this hollow cube. After I put up my hollow cube, let me increase the size of hollow cube and let me go to a home view. Little bit zoom in. Change the orientation to see how it looks. Some more zooming in. So now after we have placed a plain box at the bottom using the work plane function on the bottom of the roof as a reference, now we will select all the shapes together and we will press grouping. Now to get out of this work plane, orange work plane, we will again drag it and click somewhere outside to go back to the original work plane. Now if you go to the bottom, you can see the icosahedron part which was plunging out is now completely plain. Now this whole model is eligible for printing. Like the model from the bottom should be plain on this printing bed if we are giving command for 3D printing. So this is how, if you have any object whose bottom you want to flatten out, you can make use of a work plane, select a bottom and click this box onto that to eliminate the extruded portion which you don't want to print. So let me hide this object now. I will select everything, press Ctrl+H. Now we are going to cover the ruler function and the node function. So what we do now is, let me drag this cylinder onto my work plane, and let me drag a cone adjacent to this cylinder. Now what I will do is I will select both of them and let me group them together to make them one object. Let me change the color to multicolor. Now let me drag a round roof onto my work plane. Now I have two objects. This is a single object having two objects grouped together. Now you can see it is being enclosed by a rectangle. So this rectangle determines the edges of this whole object, grouped object. Now if I want to measure the distance between these two objects for purpose of my design from this corner to this corner, how will I do that? So for that function, what we have is this tool called as ruler. Now if I click this icon ruler or I press R on keyboard, this L-shaped ruler will appear. Now let me place it at the edge from where I want to measure the distance. So I want to measure from here. I will place it at the edge. Now once I place it here, you can see lot of double-sided arrows and measurements are coming. We will look at one by one. Let me go to a top view. In top view, let me show you this. Right now you can see this is the origin. Origin is the edge of the roof circle from where I want to measure distance between these 2 points. Now you see here it is showing a distance of 39 along x-axis and 31 along y-axis. And also there are these blue color measurements. These blue color measurements are for this object, grouped object which we have done. So green measurement is with respect to the distance from the origin and blue is the dimension of the object. Now if I click here again, you see right now we are measuring distance to this edge. Now if I click this again, so now I am measuring distance between the edge of the roof to this edge of the grouped object. This is the x distance, this is the y distance. Other dimension of the object still remains the same. All this distance you can adjust manually by clicking on it and changing it. That you can do, you can explore yourself. Now if I click again here, you see now the distance is being measured from this point to this point. How much it is showing? It is showing minus 56. From here to here it is 56 units, and from here to here it is minus 72 units. Now if I click it again, now the distance of this point and this point is being measured, which is visible in green color. All the distance other remains same. Now let me go to the initial view which we had. So this was the distance between our selected point of the roof where we have placed the ruler to the edges of the other object. Now if I want to measure distance from the selected point of roof to the midpoint of this object, what I have to do is, here you can see 3 dash lines. Now if I click this, use midpoint, you can see now it is measuring distance from midpoint. Now again if I click this, it will show midpoint distance from here to here. Let me go to top view. Can you see this? Distance from this edge of roof to the middle point of the grouped object. This is the y distance and this is the x distance from the middle. If I click it again, now I am measuring from this to this along this. You can see this mid part is being measured from this. Now if I click it again, same. Now let me go to home view and click it again. Now you can switch between end point and midpoint as I told you before. Now if you want to dismiss ruler, you have to click cross. So let me dismiss it. So the ruler is gone. This is all the function of ruler, to measure relative distance for our design purpose when we are making some complex geometries. Now we will see this option called as note. The shortcut of note is you have to press N on keyboard. So this note will appear automatically. Wherever you will click on your screen, it will go and fix there. Now let me say I am clicking it here. Now once you paste it somewhere by clicking, this bubble will pop up saying click to edit this note. Now in this you can type letters, characters, special characters, maximum up to 140 characters only. Also you can put some emojis, and you can also put some website URL links, but those links will not act as hyperlink. And one thing you should know is, once I type something here and I click back on this dot here, it will collapse, and once it is collapsed, you can again click it to watch it again. Now in this you are seeing this trash icon. If you click this, this will automatically delete this note. So if I want again note, I will click here and bring it here, or let me place it here this time, and let me write cylinder just for like that. Now what you have to learn is, this bubble is not fixed. If you move this object, the bubble will not move. So it is kind of highlighting only. So for that, what you have to do is, always remember you can move this bubble wherever you want, in whatever fashion you want, you can do that. Also if I click another note and bring it here, let me bring note here. At a given point of time you can open only one note. Two notes cannot open simultaneously. So that's all about notes in 3D design. Now we will move on to see what are blocks and what are bricks. So now you also have to remember that once you have placed a note on an object, if you want to hide it, make it invisible, you can control this by using this toggle notes visibility icon, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Shift+N. If you press it, it is hidden. If you press it again, it will be visible. So like this you can play around. Now let me show you what does this bricks and block function on the platform here does. Now let me bring back the icosahedron which we began initially. Let me increase its size. Now if I click on this blocks, you will see all the objects which are in our work plane will be rendered in the form of blocks. This has more relation with respect to Lego, but bricks have more relation to Lego. So here you can see what has happened. All the objects which were mentioned onto the work plane have been transformed in the form of a block shape. Like all those objects are looking like blocks. Here you can see this. Now using these tabs you can increase the number of blocks in a given height. Can you see the difference? Let me just zoom in here. If I click this, the number of steps will increase more. See this. Are you seeing how it has increased? Number of steps have increased in the cone, in the icosahedron, in the circular roof, in the cylinder. And if you press on the ground option, whole ground will be removed, so you can just tweak around and see how it looks. So this is what blocks look like. It is basically for purpose of kids, to show them how it will look in the block form. Similarly, if you go here onto the bricks option, it has more rudimentary form. You can say detail of each design will be increased in the form of Lego. So all of you must have seen Lego in your life once during your childhood time. So this is what it renders like. It will take some time and then it will complete. So here if you zoom in, you can see very well. Let me show the top view. See, all these are arranged in the form of Legos. See this. Now here also, if I increase the number of Legos, you can see more better view. All your objects oriented in better view. See here. Now let me increase the number of bricks more. It takes some time in rendering depending on your internet speed and your system function. Let us just wait for some time. Here there is another option called as layers. So what it does is it will show you the base layer and how it looks. Let me just zoom in and show you. So you see how specific it is now. Legos are placed across. Now if I click on the layers, here you can see it is showing there are 11 layers. Now if I move this up and down, it will show you one by one how does each layer looks like. I can just go on increasing from layer to layer and see how it is increasing. 10th, 11th. So like this you can see how Legos will be placed in the form of one layer, second layer of Lego, third layer of Lego, fourth layer of Lego. That's it. That's all we have covered. So now from here on, if you want to go back to your 3D design model, all you have to do is you have to press these 9 cubes here. If you press it here, you will go back to your initial workspace of Tinkercad. So I hope you like this video number 4. I want you to keep on designing more and more. We have covered almost all the icons which are present on our dashboard. Now you are very well ready to play around, and also please share these videos with your friends, teachers and other who are the beginners in the 3D printing. In upcoming videos we will make more models and we will 3D print them also. Also, if you want to have a PDF list of the shortcut keys, that will be uploaded on our website. I will also attach a PDF in the description box below. So that's all for this video. Thank you. I will see you in the next video.